Did not belong to any sports teams, but have enjoyed working in teams at work and with family. However, sometimes a team can be spoiled by one member. Also, in competitive situations, it is important to respect the other team. My personal, before I forget, I do want to mention one thing. There are a number of people in this room who do not hear too well, including myself. So please make an effort to speak to the loudest, to the furthest person in the room. Rob is giving me the microphone sign, and I don't know where it is or how to work it.
Right in front of you, and you just press the on button.
Press the on button. Let's see.
Enter and sign.
Don't forget to tell me to unzip the bag. Press the, put on glasses. Clearly labeled on. There's no just about this microphone. It's complicated. I will speak loud. I will speak loudly. My own experience with teams was when I was a kid. I was typically the last kid chosen for the particular team. I was the kid that was the position I played in football was the left out. And so it's not too surprising that I don't have a great deal of love for, affection for, or affinity to teams to this day. However, as somebody who does have to function in this world, I've had to learn to be a member of different teams. This being one of them, the board of directors being another one. So it's a mixed blessing / curse that I've had to accommodate myself to. I'd like to introduce our president, who will say a few presidential words, and I'm trying to fill in the blank as he comes up here. Rob Kanzer.
Al, thank you so much for that warm introduction. I think the theme of team is apparent right here. But I like to use the word community. Team has a kind of competitiveness. We're going to win. Community has another kind of energy, which is we're going to win together. So the game here at Lexington Toastmasters is threefold. One, to create a safe and welcoming place to have people practice something that can be very challenging. It might be that somebody like Liana is going to be maybe in front of the cameras and bright lights in her face, and she wants to do a good job if she gets the job as communications director for Boston Public Schools. So we say, good luck, we wish you the best. Or it might be that Tammy, one day you'll be called in front of the room to speak. We're all in this together. The second part of the three is structure. It's all well and good to have warm, fuzzy feelings and contactful ways of being with each other, but we also use structure to create inclusiveness, meaning everybody gets a certain amount of time. So you'll notice in the back, Lindsay, one of our new members, is taking on the role of holding up green, where your time is started to run out. Yellow, it's closer to being run out. Red, your time has run out, and we're giving you 30 seconds, and if you get that stop now, you just stop now, because it's a respectful thing to do. The third aspect of what we do is we take what's here in this room, and we bring it to the world. It might be that you're looking forward to a job interview. It might be that you're looking forward to toasting your brother-in-law at a wedding. Whatever it is that you have to say, we want to listen. We want to hear. If something controversial is spoken, if something somebody says offends you or is confusing or wrong, that's okay. We want to make room for that. What we don't want is to have our team against another team. We don't want to be left out. We all want to be included. I'm glad you're here. Welcome. And a quick side note, we found out at the board meeting that we could use one more person on our video team. It was also brought to our attention that new people, Desiree, you might not know, we've got a camera running. It's part of our culture. So it's private, it's not broadcast beyond our YouTube channel, and the red card has risen, and now I am turning it back to our Toastmaster. Glad you're here. Now, David?
Can I make one more? Can I please make one more comment about the video before? If for any reason you do not want to be videotaped, please wave your hand and I will stop recording.
Very good.
Phew.
Thank you, Rob. And I would like to introduce our grammarian, who will have the, who am I introducing? Grammarian with the word of the day, Bob Avalone.
Thank you, Al. Basically for the new people, I described the job of the grammarian. The grammarian has two jobs. One is to introduce a word of the day. You try to pick a word that people don't use every day, get people to improve their vocabulary. That actually does help your thinking process. I read that somewhere. So the word today is audacious, which means, can have several meanings: extremely bold, daring, reckless, brave, extremely original, without restriction to prior ideas. And there's also reckless, bold, and defiant of convention, so that's kind of a little bit of negative connotation in some uses of it. Or lively, unrestrained, uninhibited. It comes from the Latin audac, meaning bold, and I'll accept all kinds of forms. The audaciously, an adverb, audaciousness, a noun, an adverb, audaciousness. I guess I got that twice, that's the adverb. The second job of the grammarian is to basically watch the grammar of the speakers and to point out these things. We don't do this to be critical, just to help you improve your speaking. We look for things like interjections, and are popular ones. So so at the beginning of a sentence, another one you know is another popular one that's used a lot. And the other point would be to take a look at any grammatical errors if they do occur. So that's the job. I will then be back at the end of the meeting to give a report. So I'll turn it back to Al.
Thank you very much, Bob. I know that every time I hear the notion of the word of the day, and someone says a word of the day like audacious, I expect a duck with a $100 bill in his mouth to come down. And those of you old enough to remember Groucho Marx will remember that. I would like to introduce now the thought man giving us the thought joke for the day, Ramiro Navajo, who is again working his way up. Another note that would be helpful to everybody when you're about to be called upon, if you could make a point of getting